What's going on, Facebook? What's up, YouTubes? Got my two best friends here. My best friend, Billy, and my second best friend,
I've been demoted.
BVD.
Hey, I can't blame you. I would demote me too. You know who you gonna want? Billy Ratliff or BBD? They both start with a B.
He's giving me a room in his house. You didn't.
I gave you the whole house.
You can't beat that.
He could even have my she shed in the back.
All right, guys, what do you think about this game? I'll let you go first, BVD.
Oh, just another heart attack game. Gutsy performance by our defense. I mean, they practice for that all week, but until you see it, and I know Billy can probably talk more about this, until you see it live on Saturday, it's not the same. Scout team is never going to be, like the real team. And that dude Bowden, I think he's still running around.
Yeah. What do you think, Billy, about our defense?
Well, I'm gonna still have to go with blame it on the coaches a little bit. They didn't adjust to it the way I thought they would. When you have a quarterback that's running the ball and defense is struggling against something like that, you got to make a couple of adjustments. Whether it's slant the D line or put an extra guy in the box. Bring the safeties up a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage. They didn't do that. They didn't adjust into the second half, third quarter, because fourth quarter they looked just like the first half. That's something that these coaches will have to understand. You can't just do that one quarter. You can't do that. You got to continue this.
You didn't think the third quarter they looked a little better though?
Oh yeah,
In the third quarter
they did what I thought they
regressed.
should have been doing the whole game. I didn't even see. I wish they even had a spy or something on the quarterback, because that's not how you play SEC football. When you have a team that's one-dimensional, you have to take that out. Make them do what they don't want to do, and that's throwing the ball where they had to throw it in long down the distances. And that's what we got to get to, and that's what the killer instinct was what we're missing as a coaching staff as well.
I think we're missing 300-pound defensive linemen too.
Yeah.
280, 300-pounders.
What do you think about Aubrey Solomon? He hasn't. Man, I thought he was going to be a wrecking ball this year. I just don't see it. Has he been injured? Do you know? Has he been dinged up?
I mean, that's what I think personally, because I haven't really seen him on the field. Today is the first time I actually saw him. I haven't seen him in these past few games. Normally, 98 is he's a big kid.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen anything this year, but today was the first time I saw him actually make any plays.
And he kept coming up gimpy, it seemed, all night.
Night.
Two times at least, I know.
We were banged up on the D line.
We're banged up big time, man. That's a position that we can't become injured like that now. We had a lot of guys play tonight. A lot of guys. And because of injuries.
Yeah. I think we got sloppy there at times and had some stupid penalties. Not tackling there at times. And then when it came down to it, that last drive, I just knew they were going to score the touchdown.
I figured they were going to take the whole bit of the clock away from us and give us nothing.
Yep.
But heartbreak.
Yep.
But they didn't.
They didn't. All right, let's go to the offense, Billy. Where's your notepad at? I want you to show everybody on the Volunteer Roadshow. Where's your notepad?
Oh, you talking about the one that I put
Yeah,
away?
he wrote this to me in the first half. Show him. I'm gonna show you.
Which one you want?
He was writing me a note.
Love letters from Billy to Bobby.
I don't know if you can see that, but it says, read that, Billy. I mean BVD.
Says number 2 is the answer.
What do you think about Guarantano?
Well,
7 for 8, 1 incompletion, 115 yards and 2 TDs and no interceptions.
And 1 dub.
And 1 W. Well, he didn't get the W. Mauer started.
He does in my book.
Yeah, me too. This is football. This is not baseball. It's not a closer.
Yeah.
No
well,
moral
we call him
victories.
that. I got no problem calling him a closer.
He did what he had to do. They called his number. He stepped up to the plate and did what he was supposed to do. They kept it to where I call it, keep it basic.
Yeah.
Throw it up there, give your big play receivers a chance to make a play. That's we got too many kids over there on offense that can make that play, especially at receiver. We saw some new faces tonight.
Yeah.
Some new guys that made some big plays tonight. And that's what we got to continue to do, is build off that.
I'm concerned how he's banged up. There were several series that he was just holding his hand, and I'm wondering how that's going to affect us going forward. I really
Guarantano?
do. Yeah.
He just had surgery
I know.
12
Yeah,
days
a couple
ago.
days
I
ago.
mean,
Yes. He was. I don't know if he re-injured it, but he was holding it. I mean, you could tell he was wincing a couple of times.
I know he was hurt. When you
Yeah.
got this kind of weather too, it's cold out there like that with a cast on it where you're still and those muscles are not moving, and it's not easy. I have to give it to him. I've been with him ever since all year.
You have been with him. You've been
just-
with him through thick and thin.
I'm just if I like the freshman quarterbacks, but they still have a long way to go. Yes, they give us flashes every now and then, but flashes is not what win games. Consistency to continue to build off it. And I don't like the committee quarterback in a sense, the way they're using the committee. They're not using it the way I thought they would be. I want to see it where one quarterback comes in and he's great at drop back. There's one quarterback comes in, he's great at play action, quick games or something. I don't want the same thing when they come in. The
Do we
playbook
have
doesn't
that
change.
option, though, with these guys? Because, Mauer's not good with all things to pick from. JG, same thing. He's inconsistent, but he's consistent. And
Well,
then Stroud, we don't even know.
The problem with inconsistent with the quarterback situation is the coaching, the play calling. It's not consistent whatsoever. They don't know. To this day, I still don't know what type of offense we run. Can you tell me?
No.
Exactly.
RPO
we know.
spread, die formation,
Yes. For
jack
instance,
of all trades.
We knew this as fans, what offense Kentucky was going to run today.
Mm-hmm.
We knew it was going to be a lot of quarterback running. We knew that.
A lot of option.
And why did we struggle against something that we knew?
Well, I wasn't expecting the option. I don't know why. I don't know why I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
I'm just not used to seeing that from them.
Yeah.
Wasn't thinking about it, but
Well, he's a wide receiver 3 or 4
Yeah.
games ago.
yeah.
Exactly.
5 passes last week and probably about the same today. One of them was
Yeah.
to us.
Well, I'll go over his stats. He was 4 of 7 for 25 yards and an interception, and they almost won the game. All right, BVD, you was complaining about a lot of stuff over there. What bothered you most about the game?
I don't know that I can pick one thing out. I'm going to say officials bothered me.
What about the officials?
They suck. Can I say that on this channel?
You can say it.
Okay. It's just been terrible all year. Not just this game, not just against Tennessee. It's been bad everywhere. And I know those guys they got a hard job. There's 6, 7 of them out there, and they can't see everything we can see. But some of the stuff they're missing, it's right in front of them. They'll miss something on one play, and then they'll see a phantom something on the next play. I don't understand it.
And they seem like their calls are just breaking momentum of teams.
Especially when it's your team.
Yeah, it seems like it's always our team.
We scored 5 touchdowns tonight. 5.
And had 2 called back.
Had one what was legit where he stepped out of
Yeah.
bounds. I missed the one where we had an ineligible receiver downfield. I didn't see that. Was that? I guess we probably did. So we scored 5 touchdowns to get 2. And
Well, I'll say this here then. I say the referees have been consistent against Tennessee all season. Some of these calls have been bogus. The one call when it was trying to call targeting on
I'm glad they
perfect
overturned that.
form,
Yep.
tackling where the kid had no other option.
they both.
The offensive player puts his head down. The defensive player is trying to tackle him. That's not targeting.
The Kentucky player was the aggressor there, I think. And I
Exactly.
think they have to take that into consideration. And what
they're-
I've been hearing is that they're going to throw flag on anything close, and then let it go to the booth. I don't like that.
I don't either. I don't. It's obvious when you see it on the field like that. When they said it was reviewing it for targeting, I was trying to find out what the targeting was. I thought it was like on the other side of the field or something. I most definitely didn't think that was what they was
Still
reviewing.
don't understand what it technically, I mean, you hear the definition of it, but it seems like they have a different. Every game you see a different
yes.
one called. Some of them they overturn, some of them they go through with it, and you're like, what in the world is that? But I'm just glad for was that Warrior on that play?
Speaking of Warrior, he ran through a tackle and got that running back. That was the defensive play of the game right there. Other than the last stop, that was a dog right there.
That was huge, man, because that could have easily been a touchdown.
What was that? What would you call that play, Billy? Was it a reverse?
It was a reverse.
Okay.
Yes, they did a reverse. Man. It was, and when I say the whole defense was lost,
wide open. Yeah.
If he wouldn't have did that, if he came an ounce of getting sealed, that would have been 7 easy. It would have been touchdown.
That would probably been ball game. It seems to me like every time for the last 20 years, when we get the ball with 2 or 3 minutes left and we need to get a first down, we almost never do it.
Yep.
Now, we did tonight, and I was sitting over there being Coach Belichick myself, saying we need to do play action or something here. Don't hand this ball up the middle. We ain't gonna get it. And I really expected him to throw it, but he didn't have to. So I was glad to see that.
I think the pass was there to make if it was open, if he couldn't run it, and I'm glad he didn't throw it.
Yeah.
Because that would have stopped the clock if he didn't, because there's nobody open.
Well, they were going to stop the clock anyway because they had one more time.
Yeah.
Well, that's why 2 was in the game, guys. To close it out, finish out. I mean, I just don't like the whole situation, though, man. I understand everybody thinks that him coming off the bench is what it's going to help him mentally or whatever, but that's not how this works, man. To me, quarterbacks have to have a rhythm to be able to be consistent in a game. It's just like a pitcher. You don't pull a pitcher and think he's going to be great at it and put him back in. You got to have this guy get his arm warmed up. The key to that situation is the coaching, the play calling. You got to you keep it simple.
Yeah.
If you know that Guarantano cannot throw the deep ball, don't call a play where he's throwing a deep ball.
Yeah.
Keep him sealed where he's going to throw the 3-yard route, get it to the receiver, let them make a play. I've always said this, don't let the quarterback lose the game by him throwing something that he can't do. Keep it simple.
All right, Billy, this is something that we talked about in the car coming over here before we get into our players of the game. Our leading rusher, get this, had 30 yards, and it wasn't even a running back. It was Guarantano with 30 yards, Ty Chandler with 28, Maurer had 18, Jordan had 9. What's the deal with our running back for the whole season?
Easy. It's pretty much simple, Bobby. I told you. We are doing what the backup quarterbacks are doing at offensive line. We're doing spots of consistency where they do a great play with their run block and they're pancaking somebody one play on this series. They're not consistently knocking these guys off the ball like they did against Alabama. You saw an offensive line that were driving all Americans off the line of scrimmage.
Where was that tonight?
And then you're going to sit here and tell me they can't do that exact same thing against this team. It's the consistency. That's what I'm saying. Until they find their identity, this team has a long way to grow. They got so much improvement to do. The best is yet to come, and I don't think it's going to happen this season.
Did y'all hear what he just said? I don't know if you meant to say that or not, but you said a long way to grow. Not a long way to go, and there's a difference, and that makes sense.
Long way, and that's that one thing that I had to have when I played, and they told me this one thing when I got here. I'm an All-American coming here to play Tennessee, but the one thing that they told me I didn't have enough hours yet. These kids don't have enough hours. They don't have enough hours.
Explain what hours mean.
It's basic right now. With these kids now, it's playing time. They haven't played enough football to be great. They haven't had an opportunity to see guys in front of them compete and win at a high level. That's what they're missing. Now they're starting to get that situation where they got guys that are becoming seniors now. Offensive linemen that's seeing the trait T that's still growing. Because Trey T, he still haven't evolved yet.
Smith. You said T.
I keep talking because I'm thinking
that was
about
your
my
boy.
teammate.
Yeah.
Trey Smith. He still have a long way to go.
He's a senior, isn't he?
No.
Trey Smith?
No,
Junior
Trey
or
is a junior.
Junior? Okay.
Yeah. Everybody, he probably leave after this season.
Yeah, last year.
But
Bad year.
if he has the draft status, yes, go ahead and leave. Because Trey is in a situation right now with his health, and if he got an opportunity to go get it while he can now,
Go get it.
Go ahead and do it. But if he gets to his grade, that's why I wish football players can do like the other sports can do. Test the waters. But they can't. Go out and see what you can do. But if Trey was to come back next year, this would be huge. It would be huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah, because that was Darnell with a year, Wanye with a year. You'd have three. One very experienced and two well experienced after this year.
Yes, would be
I
gosh.
can't even imagine how hard it would be for an offensive lineman to come in as a freshman in the SEC.
Oh, yeah.
One not built like, I hate to say the name, what's that kid's name?
Don't
down
say
in
it.
Georgia?
Yeah.
Yeah. I may or may not be talking about a guy down in Georgia.
But we got his brother.
Come in huge like him,
All right, we're going to close this out. I'm going to go first. My player of the game is Marquez Callaway. I think he was a dog on several plays, and I think he played better than Jennings did this game. And he had some clutch catches. He just went up the 50-50 balls. He went up and got it. That's just my player of the game. What about you, BVD?
I'm trying to pick one that I don't think Billy will, because I think I know who Billy's going to pick, but I'm going with Warrior.
Nigel Warrior.
Was a
Huge
warrior
play.
tonight,
Yes,
yeah.
huge.
He was all over the field.
Oh, yeah.
And that the one play that Billy was talking about, the reverse, that was the play of the game, I thought.
All right, go ahead. Who's your player of the game?
I mean, you guys know it's obvious. The stats don't lie. He did, what he had to do. I said it, in order for us to win this game, we're going to bring number 2 in. JG did a great job when they called his name, and I'm still giving him way more credit because he's done something that most quarterbacks wouldn't do in his situation. Most quarterbacks that has been through what he's been through this season, they would have done what's called the transfer portal by now.
Or a lot of this.
Yes.
And that's what he was accused
stuck
of.
it out.
Yeah.
He has stuck it out.
And the fans coming down on him, he's had to have heard a lot of this stuff. And he just comes back in. I got to give him that. He's been resilient. I know you hate that word, BVD, resilient. but he was resilient all season.
You might as well have just said he was.
Did you really just say that word? That word just
But he was. I mean, the fans were down on him. It was easy for him to just lose his confidence, and he's come back. What do you think is possible for Guarantano to get back into the good graces of the majority of the fans, or is he already back there?
I mean, the fans are still stuck in the Alabama goal line.
And there's some that it wouldn't matter what he did.
it's
not going to change their mind.
Yeah.
They don't understand the process of an athlete, of a football player. We're taught one thing, and it goes a long way until they understand this here. It's just like every ball game. We're treated the exact same way. Once that play is over, it's in the past. We think about the future play, which is the next play. The game is over with. It's in the history books. There's nothing we can do about it. It's over with. We don't care if you talk about it for the rest of the ages. It's over with. I don't even talk about the Arkansas fumble unless someone talk to me about it.
You got enough of us talking about it too.
It's in the past. It's just that, we as fans, I just wish we can, because I'm a fan now too. It took me a long time to become one until I started. Actually, this guys who created made me a fan, and I started seeing that stuff, and I'm like, wow. I am a critic. I'm bad. I'm hard on people.
It's fanatics for a reason.
Yeah. All right.
Snap and clear. Snap and clear. There's another Butchism.
Yeah.
But he's right.
All right. I said before the season we was going 7-5. We got to beat Missouri and Vanderbilt.
So did I.
And BVD said the same thing. I didn't think that we had a chance.
No.
3 or 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, and if I did, I didn't think it was going to happen like it did before the season. I thought, losing to Georgia State, BYU, that hurt us.
Georgia State's 7-2.
Yeah, they turned out.
I think they won today.
They've got a composite ranking better than 8 SEC teams right now.
Yeah, I heard that today.
So, do y'all think we still got a chance to go 7-5?
Bobby,
Missouri got shut out by Georgia. Vanderbilt got blown out by Florida. I think we can do it.
I think we can do it too, but Billy, what do you think? I don't think what happened today with those teams matter at all.
Yeah.
Because they're going to play. It's going to be a different ball game when we play them.
It does not matter. You said it right. It does not matter.
But we're still doing it though.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, I'm saying I don't care about 7-5, man. I'm trying to go 5-0.
Well, that would be put us at 7-5.
Don't be making no promises either.
I am going to promise.
Your promises ain't worth a flip.
All right.
I think I'm not going to co-sign with you on that one.
All right.
I'm just going to say, one game at a time.
You done gave him a bedroom. Ain't that enough?
Yes.
Well, we've been on here 22 minutes, so y'all know what's coming next. Thanks for tuning in. Go Vols. I don't care what either one of these guys says. We're going 7-5. I promise you that.
8-5, baby.